cooking for the Kings in the midst of a homestand. They've really been struggling. Just one win in their last 5 games.
You know, for the Kings, they've just never really found their groove. They're kind of stuck in the middle to go.
Here's Collison. Right now averaging 11 points. Doris Burke.
Kevin, Greg Popovich and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He told me he's wary about how they'll contend with DeMarcus Cousins inside. He said he's a beast in there, no doubt about it. Size, length, strength, and a ton of skill. The talent is really off the charts with him. And guys, he knows it won't be easy to muscle Cousins away from the rim, but he said that's what they've got to find a way to do. It won't be easy.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. The kid, he's checked in for Sacramento.
And here we can check out the story on Kawhi Leonard. Showing up amongst the best. They love what they've seen from him the last couple of weeks. He's around 14 points per game. Intercepting passes in the open quarter. Picking someone's pocket. His defense has really been giving opponents major headaches.
Well, we know that's the name of the game, Steve. Constantly impacting the ball, harassing guys all over the court. That gives you a chance to win for sure.
Puts it up. And he overshot that one, missing.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
Ginobili outside. Parker outside. And their shot is no good. Gay with the defensive effort. The Kings trailing.
Well, Tim Duncan, when asked about his retirement plans right after the 2013 final, refused to dignify the question with the response. But last season's Spurs run answered loudly enough.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Parker dishes to Duncan. They get the rebound. Spurs working the ball around now. Parker against Collison. Now here's Parker. He's tightly guarded. That is good. We've got 1:23 left here in the first quarter. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Collison, the pass to Cousins. Shoots from 14. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
Great look. Disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down.
And Parker, here we go. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Here's Collison, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Collison's got his first bucket of the night. The Spurs have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Parker kicks to Ginobili. Ginobili left side. Pass to Swooder to the wing right side. Here's Parker. Evans with some nice deep.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
Collison kicks to Gay. Pass to the kid. From 12 feet out, buries the jump shot. The kid's got his first bucket in this one. 6 seconds left to play in the first quarter. There's Parker with the three, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
Pretty good start defensively. This club forced some mistakes and took advantage, and that's how they've built this lead.
And they've built the lead because not only have they forced turnovers, but they've taken care of the ball themselves. So that's a winning combination.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Sacramento, the kid, he's in at shooting guard. Perkins is out there with Caspi. Then it's Nelson, and it's Barton in at the three. Nelson kicks to Perkins. Here's Barton. Back to Perkins. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the kid. And again, it's Sacramento converting. Now Mills. Right now averaging 7 points a game.
Even as the Spurs continue to grow older, it's really hard to write them off. I mean, it's incredible how long this team has been ruling the roost in the West and contending for championships.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, Spurs coach Greg Popovich is so highly respected by his peers. Thunder coach Scott Brooks said there are 3 things you can count on: death, taxes, and Pop winning 50 games. Dallas coach Rick Carlisle called him, quote, the best coach in any sport ever and the smartest man in the history of the world. Kevin, he wasn't joking.
High praise indeed. Thank you, Doris. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. Green dishes to Joseph. Green, the pass to Diaw. Goes up with it again. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And guys, you know, if you look at the dominance for the Spurs, they have found younger players like Kawhi Leonard, for instance, Steve, to keep them on top.
Yeah, and then Popovich does such a good job of preserving their veterans, keeping their minutes down and resting them for the playoffs. So Popovich and the Spurs really kind of wrote the book on managing the regular season.
I like the effort, son.
I'm feeling it, coach.
Forward, but became a small forward and then really a 4. But he's a crafty passer and he can score a little bit from the outside. Very difficult player to guard.
And the Kings making a change here. McLemore is checked in. And the second free. And we're through 2 here and a good one. Kings lead by 5. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the...
Well, Tim, in looking at that first half, what sort of adjustments are necessary as you guys prepare to take the floor after the break?
Just refocus of energy at halftime, come out a little more focused and understanding what we got to do to finish this game.
Tim, we appreciate the time as always. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given. Here's Parker. On the court right now for the Spurs. Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. And it's Splitter in at the center, filling out the middle. Leonard kicks to Parker. Just 5 on the clock. Now the dish to Splitter. Darren Collison pulls it in. The kid, he's checked in for Ben McLemore. Here's Collison. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. He kicks it to Gay. Cousins with a screen for Gay. Dishes it to Cousins. Here's the kid. He's covered by Ginobili. That's good. That's now 8 points for the kid. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Parker outside. Duncan kicks to Leonard. Duncan with a screen on Gay. Parker right side. 6 to shoot. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. Parker's got his second bucket of the game to go. Last game for the Spurs. They want to turn it around after the loss to Portland.
You know, you shoot the ball as poorly as they did that night, you're not going to win many games.
Well, Steve, it's not just difficult to win a game with low shooting percentages like theirs. It's nearly impossible. Greg Popovich with 15 Spurs. What a remarkable streak of success. And I don't really think folks understand what that level of consistency embodies. He's widely regarded as the best head coach in the NBA, and for good reason. He's the full package as a head coach.
Here's the kid. Shot is off. So the Spurs will take it the other way. And now the fast break, Ginobili with the ball. And that is good.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Popovich in the top 5 in coaching win percentage all time.
And he's likely to remain in that lofty company. Kevin, he said he plans to follow Tim Duncan into retirement. Not a bad plan. They pretty much came in together, so might as well go out together.
Parker against Collison. He dishes it to Gay. Here's the kid. He's got 8. Shot clock at 6. Fires from the wing. That's good. The kid's got 4 points this quarter.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here. Let's take a moment now, Kevin, to see how the Spurs are doing in the NBA statisticals currently. First and lowest turnovers a game. First in opponent. Going down opposing teams' offenses. Opponent scoring ranked second in the league.
And what's most impressive out of all those numbers, Clark, is the few turnovers that they commit. Because now all of a sudden you're executing, you're putting a lot of pressure on the defense because they know they're not going to force a lot of steals and get out in transition to find easy points.
The Kings leading. Gay left side. From deep. Passes it to the kid. Kicks it out to Gay from outside the arc. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Rudy Gay traded twice in the last couple of seasons. Really, it was his big contract that led to him being dealt. Because Gay is a quality player, but the feeling was his production just didn't live up to the cost.
And that one's good. Parker.
Little touch of class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
The Kings have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. When the Spurs first acquired Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan was less than impressed. He said his shot was errant and, quote, he had a lot of work to do. But 3 years later, Duncan definitely a believer. He said, I'm honored to be on this team because he's going to be great for years to come. And I'm going to hold on as long as I can. Guys?
He's improved every season, Doris. Thanks.
Well, something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound totals are almost identical.
No separation there. Not yet anyway.
And he lays it up and in. Parker's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, and this run really triggered by their transition offense.
Now, we've seen a burst of energy from these guys, and their offense really starting to click.
From the line. It's a big high bounce and goes in. The Kids got it all tied up now for Sacramento. San Antonio's gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. 1:22 left in the third. Parker against Collison. Parker inside. Can't get it to go. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
You know, it's a little bit surprising that the game got away from them because for long stretches, they were the better team.
They really were. Outplayed them. If you looked only at the stat sheet, you'd have a hard time figuring out how they lost it. But it was a case of a few intangibles that didn't play out in their favor that made all the difference.
And the Kid picks up the foul. That's his first.
That's how we do it. Good work.
All day long.
Boris Diaz checked in for Splitter. Green comes in for Duncan. Corey Joseph's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Leonard attacking, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Well, Kawhi Leonard drafted 15th overall back in 2011. The pick acquired from the Indiana Pacers in a trade for George Hill.
And you know, at the time, Manu Ginobili said that he...
It's go time. Check in. I'm on it.
In for Caspi. Rudy Gay's checked in for Barton. And it's Collison in for Jameer Nelson. Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. Parker comes in for Corey Joseph. They've got Collison. Evans is out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's McLemore in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Kings.
Leonard has been a great fit with the Spurs culture. Quiet, low maintenance. All the glitz and the glamour. He owns one watch that's just focused on basketball, not the lifestyle that he's through.
The kid, he's checked in for the Kings. San Antonio also making some changes. Splitter comes in for Boris Diaw. We've got 1:48 left here in the fourth quarter. Wasted
tragically when Kawhi was only 16 years old. But his father, his dad's influence and legacy lives on in Kawhi.
From 12 feet out, a nice shot by Collison. And now an 8-point Sacramento lead.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
The Kings making a switch here. 1:05 left in the fourth quarter. Mills with it. He's against Collison. Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
The Kings have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Here's the kid, guarded by Green. The kid passes to Gay. Here's the kid from the wing. Again, Sacramento.
They are not letting up, guys. They just keep coming at them.
And I'd say that lead is too big to overcome at this point.
Well, it's going to be tough for them, but you have to continue to compete. It's not over. Just play, see what happens.
Yep, you can't afford empty possessions.
And he gets it to go. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And so they foul intentionally. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Splitter is checked in for Diaw. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Green. And Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Sacramento, Darren Collison.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
The free throws go down and the lead goes up.
We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Parker kicks to Leonard.
Sacramento foul. Reggie Evans. That's his third personal foul. Penalty situation. Shooting for San Antonio, Kawhi Leonard. 2 shots.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And some changes here for the Kings. Caspi, he's checked in for Evans. Will Barton comes in for Rudy Gay. And Nelson is subbed in for Darren Collison. Then for the Spurs, Daniel Green, he's checked in for Duncan. Bellinelli comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Parker.
14 foul. At the line for your Kings.
That's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Reggie Evans, he's checked in for the Kings. Collison comes in for Jameer Nelson. San Antonio also making some changes. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Green. Ginobili comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Joseph. And so both free throws are good. And it's an 8-point game. Sacramento changes. Caspi comes in for Reggie Evans. And Nelson is subbed in for Darren Collison. San Antonio also making some changes. Daniel Green, he's checked in for Leonard. Bellinelli comes in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Joseph in for Tony Parker. And they go to the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. 5th team foul. Shooting for Sacramento, Jameer Nelson. 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. Both teams will make substitutions. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. The Spurs have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Leonard, no luck. And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul. Penalty situation. Shooting for Sacramento, Jameer Nelson. At the line for 2.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 7-point lead. Parker with it. No good. So the Kings win it. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy, what a great performance, and one where you seem to be in on almost every play. Tell us what you're thinking when you're playing with such command.
When the ball's in my hands, I try my best to put my teammates in a better position to win the game. And today it worked, and tomorrow might be somebody else, but today, that was my day.
Rudy, thank you. Terrific job. Kev, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And that'll wrap it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan, and thanks for tuning in.